right, so we are going to start at the top of our mat in mountain pose. And I'd like for everybody to close their eyes, pull their shoulders back, and think about driving from the crown of the head up through the ceiling. Take a minute here to breathe in and out through your nose. Listen to the sound of the exhale, breathing in and breathing out. One more time, one really big breath. Fill the lungs completely. And exhale. From here, we're going to inhale, taking our hands up to the sky. And exhale, sitting back in a chair. Inhale up, reaching for the sky. And exhale, sitting into your chair. Moving here again with your own breath, inhaling up. Exhaling down. When you reach the bottom, rebound, sending that energy up to the sky. And exhale. Inhale up. And exhale down. On the next inhale, bring your knee up to the chest. And exhale, leaning forward. Balancing, bringing the knee back in, and then placing it down. Repeating on the opposite side, we'll inhale, bringing the knee to the chest. Exhale, tipping forward. Inhale, knee back to the chest, and exhale down. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Nodding the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Roll up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Taking the hands all the way to the sky as we inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Rolling up through the spine. Nice and slow. Letting the shoulders peel back. And then inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. And exhale, sweeping downward. Softening the knees, we'll take our hands to the mat. Hop, step, or walk back to a high plank. Exhale, lowering all the way to the floor. Baby Cobra, gentle back bend here. Just lifting the chest off the floor. And as we exhale, press back into a child's pose. Extending the hands out in front and resting our head on the mat. Take several big breaths here. I'd like you to take this time in child's pose to center your mind. Exhale the stress and anxiety that you may be carrying during this time. I know there's a lot of uncertainty around us, and it's natural to feel not only concern but grief. We're all kind of looking forward to a future that we can't quite imagine. And so we know that with chaos also comes a lot of opportunity for creation. So this is a good time to focus on development. It's a good time to focus on yourself. It's a good time to pick up those hobbies that you've put on your back burner for so long because there was never time. So as you inhale here, I want you to take a really, really big full breath and exhale out any stress you have, sinking deeper into the mat in that extended child's pose. Curling the toes underneath, we'll take our hips to the sky for our first downward facing dog. Here we're driving our heels toward the mat, softening one knee. You can straighten the other, pedaling out the tension in your calves. Shake the hips from side to side, establish any movement that you might need. We do yoga as a way to not only elongate our muscle bodies, but also to ask our body what it needs from us. We demand a lot from our bodies, especially as athletes and as trainers and as coaches. And so taking the time to listen, finding the spots where you might need a little bit deeper stretch and just leaning in. Inhale, rolling up to a high plank. Exhale, lowering all the way to the floor. And as you uncurl the toes, inhale, pressing up, either into Cobra with the thighs on the floor, or to upward facing dog. Pressing back, downward dog. Rolling up through the spine to that high plank. We'll shift our weight to our left toes and bring the right knee out to the right elbow. Returning the right knee back. We'll switch sides. Left knee to left elbow. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Softening at the knees. Hop, step, or walk to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Up to the sky. Hands reach for the ceiling. And exhale, chair. Inhale the knee up to the chest. Exhale, warrior three. Kicking the right foot back, extending the hands out into a plane. It's okay to waver in a balanced posture. Bring the knee back into the chest. Balance can be particularly difficult, knee to the ground. During times where you're feeling unstable, inhale the knee up to the chest on the left side. Exhale, kicking it back, warrior three. So, working on balanced postures is one way we can invite balance back into our lives. Knee to the chest, foot to the floor. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, sitting back in the chair. Inhale, hands up. Then we'll exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Sometimes we have to create balance when we don't have it. Stepping back or walking back, high plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. If we practice on our balanced postures, we can also help increase balance in our day-to-day lives. Rolling up through the spine, high plank. Bringing the right knee to the right elbow. It's the same thing with developing a strong core. Extending the right foot back, left knee, left elbow. Because the stronger our trunk is, downward dog, the more stable we become. Soften the knees. Take the gaze between the palms. Hop, step, or walk to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, sitting back in the chair. Last time for the balance. Warrior threes will bring the knee to the chest. Sweeping it back for warrior three. Finding a focal point here. It's known as your drishti. Let your eyes relax. If you fall out of it, you can always come back into it. That is the beauty of balanced postures. Bring the knee back to the chest and return to the floor. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, return it to the floor. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Nodding our heads yes. And shaking our heads no. Planting the left foot, we'll step back with our right, moving into pyramid pose. Here we're folding over that front left leg, head to knee. Walking our hands to the side, we'll switch our feet, standing straddle split. And then find the pyramid on the right foot. Switching our weight back through standing straddle split. Left foot, pyramid. Turning the hips, our toes should be facing the front of our mat, in line with one another. Walking the hands in front of the left foot will lift the right foot off the floor, standing single leg split. And as we plant the right foot back down, we'll return to that pyramid. Shifting our weight, standing straddle split. Turning to the right foot, pyramid pose. Walking our hands in front of the right foot, we'll lift the left foot off the floor, single leg split. Before planting it back on the mat for pyramid pose. As we come back through our standing straddle split, I'd like you to take this time, if you have a headstand in your practice, feel free to explore the space. If you don't have a headstand in your practice, I would have you turn toward the front of your mat. We're going to step the left foot back for downward dog. And then I'd like you to plant the elbows and create a basket for your head. We're just going to sit in dolphin pose for those of us who do not have a headstand. Just on the elbows, downward dog, focusing on your breath. And then if you do have a headstand, plant your hands in that basket and take your feet to the sky. Woo. Woo. Man, nothing like trying to do it on live video, huh? There we go. You may come out of it as you need to. Take a few breaths. And then spreading our legs, our knees wide, we're going to sit back into an extended child's pose. Pressing up into a tabletop. We'll inhale, taking the right hand to the sky. Exhale, threading the needle, sticking the right arm underneath the left, and extending the left arm overhead. Taking several breaths here. Planting the left hand under the left shoulder. Take the right hand to the sky before returning it to the mat. Repeating on the opposite side, left hand to the sky, open the chest, and then thread the needle. This time extending the right arm overhead. Opening up that upper back here. Breathing deeply into the stretch. hand underneath the right shoulder. Left hand to the sky. Press our hips back and find that extended child's pose. This time I'd like you to interlace your hands and bend the elbows, making either prayer hands or interlaced fingers so that we can also get a good tricep stretch here as well. Breathing into this posture. Really feel a stretch in your upper back. Every inhale, think about creating space beneath your shoulder blade. And then the last thing we're going to do today is extend those hands out in front for that nice extended child's pose. Again, take several breaths here. And as we get ready to complete this 15-minute practice, I want you to really think about letting go of some of the things that you can't control. I think a lot of us are worried right now because it feels like everything is out of control. So being able to recenter and focus on ourselves is the only thing we can do. So take care of yourselves, guys. Be healthy. Stay healthy. Stay quarantined. And thank you for joining me for tonight's yogaLIVE. As always, namaste.